The reason I like the library is because they have lots of new graphic books, which means when I go out there, I can see the future. I can know information. I can know more things. I know my letters. I feel the way Earth works, because without books, no one would be knowing any words.
I grew up hanging out at the library, and within a week of moving here from Indiana, I got my library card. So we value it very immensely because it provides books. So if you want to check out a book, you don't know if you want to buy it, you can borrow it before you know. Big fan of books, reread Harry Potter all the time.
I like to look for new books when they come out, and then I just get in line, and when it's ready, I can come in and get it. I reserve online. Once in a while I'll come in and wander around, but I find I'm full enough with the books that I get online. I also do a lot of the e-books that I can come on the library website and have a book on my phone in about 3 minutes. It's unbelievable, the technology and how much that has changed my experience.
Chandra was kind of mentor in reading. I always came to her and I asked, "Hey Chandra, what's the clever American reading at this moment?" And Chandra always recommended the right book for me to read. And when I was done with reading, we discussed the end.
I come here for Bible books since I do that, and I get most of my, I really like books to read, so, and book projects especially, so yeah. I come here a lot. I feel like the library staff, like I mentioned before, I do Bible books, so they're always very supportive of my team since I went to regionals last year, and I always felt like they were, whenever I forgot my library card, they would always search it up so I would be able to check out any books that I wanted, even when I was really forgetful.
I just like to check out books a lot. They're really fun for me to read because Dad never lets me watch TV, and when I'm all done with my homework, I like to read. When I was in the hospital, we used to check out them and then bring them to the hospital. I just like to wander around the library. It's an awesome place. You can find puppets, books, CDs, movies.
We used to spend 8 months of the year in Kuwait, and we were only here for the summers. But I still used the library while I was over there because there's no library there. I discovered the digital downloads and read hundreds of books through the ebook program. And it saved me because I'm a huge bookworm, so I don't know what I would have done. It went with me everywhere I went.
People still want to read books, and where better to find a book than at your local library? I think I'm a fairly typical library user now, because I always have something checked out or I always have something on hold. I go to the library programs, I use Freegal, I browse the collection via the website so I can find things to put on hold. So yes, reading and libraries have always been important to me.
my husband, I'm the IT person in the family, and so I send him here on Thursdays because I'm not answering another question, and I figured they're paid to answer questions. And I tell other people who are uncomfortable with the computer, because I do computer stuff, you know, like they're always asking where to go, and I say, go to the library first.
Especially in our technological age, information and access to information and understanding how to interpret that information, those are really, really critical skills. And the libraries provide that to everybody. So yeah, I mean, I think that not everybody has the internet at home. Not everybody, you know, can just click on Amazon Prime and buy whatever they want. And so being able to come to the library and have access to exactly the same things that somebody you know, who's making a lot of money and drives a Porsche has access to is amazing.
I love the computer services. People come in for, they can get help with job searches, which is really key in our community because we've got, we have a really complicated work environment in Bend, and you know, it's nice that there's somebody here to help navigate that and the technology to help navigate that as well. It's a friendly face to ask a question, give direction, provide information, you know, teach someone else how to get the information themselves next time, you know, and that's valuable.
I'll go around looking at books, looking at their labels, trying to look for a certain book, mostly neographic ones or ballet teaching ones, and it just helps me what level I'm on by reading about those things. It helps me learn, and then I get higher grades on school average, and then I get a free book from my school, and I love to read.
We come at least once a week, and usually to story time, but even if we can't make it to story time, we like to come, and the girls like to get books and movies, and they even like to get the audiobooks to listen to in bed. And
Not 7 yet.
Well, almost. It's almost your birthday. And they love to play with all the toys here. It's like a fun place for us to go, where we don't have to spend money, and they get to get out of the house, and they love coming here, so.
The library, we also use it as our weekend movie resource. So that's another thing for us. Friday night movie night is with the library at all times.
I watch a lot of Hallmark movies, and I was over there looking for Mr. Miracle because I never saw it on TV, and it was there. I was just like ecstatic. I was so excited.
I mean, like the free High Desert Museum passes, the observatory passes, those are things people might not be able to do otherwise, and they're able to go and be educated and have these great experiences, and the library does that. The library makes that possible.
I love the author series. That's amazing. There are so many classes and workshops and interesting things that people in our community can do at very little cost to them because of the way the library is funded, and to me that's a win all around.
Because that way I can check out books to take to my home for a week, and then I can return them, and I can always, if I come back to library to return them, I will always get another book. After this interview, In fact, I'm even gonna check out books.
When I first moved here, I didn't know a lot of people, obviously. So this was a lifeline for me. It provided me with a place to go with my then 4-month-old daughter and no family in the area. So I was able to make some friends, reach some roots in the community, and it was a big thing for me. It helped me connect to the community quite a bit.
I feel like it does a great job here in Bend of bringing our community together. There's so many news and resources like books and movies and music and opportunities, and it really makes our community more equitable. I feel like our community here has all these opportunities to come together through all of the events that you have, writers, the Young Writers programs, and things for the younger kids that for Bend, I feel like it's been really a great part of my life and so many of everyone else who lives here too.
I've done in this room dozens of meetings, entrepreneur class. I mentor kids, some kids with incarcerated parents. I bring them here and introduce them to the library and show them around. We sit here and meet and talk. It's the perfect meeting place. It's the especially in a small town like Sisters, that's a non-commercial place that you can just go and do things. That's great.
I think libraries are the foundation, or one of the key foundations to a good community. When I look at our library system, I mean, it's kind of out of the ordinary. I mean, it's pretty phenomenal. We're very lucky. I love that there's access for kids, teens, people of all ages. There's programs that keep people involved.
Well, I love the library, especially in this small town, because I think this is where I see everybody. It's kind of like the post office or the library. You know, it's a real community meeting area. So even when you don't do it on purpose, right? When you have little kids, you kind of do it on purpose, right, for story time. But when you come here otherwise, I see so many people.
I was a latchkey kid. My mom worked 5 jobs and was not home a lot, so I would walk to the library after school. I still remember my first librarian, Sharon. She was like my best friend, and she gave out hugs and books with the same amount of generosity. So
When I became a new mom, the library became really important to me because it was hard adjusting being around grown-ups all day to then being home alone with the baby. So when I found out they had a baby steps story time, it was awesome because we came every week, and I got to talk to the other moms, and I wasn't just home alone. And so it was really important for me, and every time I'd meet moms, I'd be like, you should come to story time, because it's good for the moms just as it is for the kids. So I think it's so important, and like I really appreciate everything the library does for my family. Like I feel like I'm gonna cry because it really is important to us.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. You rock.
And to the library system as a whole, we appreciate everything that the library does for us and for the community. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I love it here.
My thanks to all the library staff for all that you do. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for putting books in the hands of readers.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love the library. For the people that work at the library, thank you.